Man, what up, though, man?
LTA, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
What's fine, man? What's up?
Man, it's your boy Doe.
Man, let's get to it, man. So what's going on, man? I come in, my man's bringing tell me your name, bro.
This is your boy DC Cash, Hood Boss Entertainment.
There it is. Man, I ain't seen my man's in like 20 years. We used to go together at Summit or some shit way back in the day, man.
That was Summit in the City?
Summit Academy.
Oh, no, Summit Academy.
Yeah, I'm Olsen, you know what I'm saying? Long time ago, you know what I'm saying? What's been up, though, man? What you been getting into?
Just doing this music and
Straight up, okay.
Producing.
Producer, what we got going on? Like R&B or
R&B,
that drill?
hip hop.
Oh, okay.
R&B, hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I got an artist called Hollow, Yella, producer called September, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I know we got a lot of shorties that's going to Minneapolis, like, they in Minneapolis trying to get it in, man, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully somebody come on out and put it on the map, you know? Like, we had a couple cats, but there ain't nobody really done stood on it out here in Minnesota, man. That's kind of tripped out, so.
It actually is people got signed here.
But it ain't with like,
it's two hip hop worlds.
They didn't go industry yet.
No, it's two hip hop worlds.
Yeah, I know the underground world definitely works.
It's the industry and then it's the hood. You
Right,
feel me?
right.
And majority of the people that go to the industry is the college kids.
Okay.
So a lot of them already got deals. People just don't know because they ain't focused on that lane. Feel me? It's like they focus on the hood shit, but really, yeah, there's about 8, 9 people got major deals here.
Major deal?
From Minnesota, you saying? But they're the college kids though, so they're not active in the hood. You saying?
Yeah, you got the dude, what's his name, K. Craig.
K. Craig.
You got him. Then it's a few more people. I don't even really know their names.
I know, we've been doing these little concerts. I know I've been running into a lot of cats with like Mac House. So it's like this whole little scene that's going on right now, man. And I'm really hoping that like we can get it to that next level. Cause right now, man, like, I don't know. I know we had, what's that dude named, the light skinned dude? What was his name? Brother Ali.
Brother Ali and them still moving around.
Brother Ali.
That's Rhyme Sayers.
That's the Rhyme Sayers, right?
The Rhyme Sayers. So
yeah, that's the Rhyme Sayers.
Yeah.
Then you got Prop,
yeah.
Stop House.
Would you say Rhyme Sayers is the biggest thing that came out of Minnesota?
Was at first.
What's up next?
Stop House.
Stop House. Stop
We're
House.
Prop them because they like Rhyme Sayers and they make their own shit. You feel me?
So how long you been producing?
Shit, since like 2009.
Yeah.
Rapping and producing.
And you obviously make your own beats.
Yeah.
And then so you selling beats too, obviously.
Yeah.
You want to throw out a website or something to give
Just
them?
got to hit me up, email 2801bookings@gmail.com.
Say that again.
2801bookings@gmail.com. Studio time, whatever, DJ, whatever you want, holler at me.
You be doing shows and stuff? You know, you getting out
Where your studio at?
We out here in St. Paul for, I'm right off of Fortview and Fiona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How much y'all been charging?
I just be charging like 40 an hour.
40 an hour?
Yeah, and then I do, well, we'll talk about the beats later.
Yeah, he got some package deals.
Man, I gotta check that out.
I've been rapping for 20 plus, DC Cash, you feel me? I got my own artists. Show coming up Thursday, live on Lake Street.
Okay.
I'm in that mug, you
Okay.
feel me?
When we get on late, man, we might have to pull up. Y'all gonna have to pull up
Live
out
on
there,
Lake
man.
Street, Music Cafe, it's going
Okay,
down, DC Cash,
okay.
the Underground King, the one they sleep on.
And what's that? That's you said that's Thursday,
Yep, Thursday.
June 30th.
408 3rd Street, Music Cafe.
Music Cafe in Minneapolis, Lake Street.
Yep, and that's hosted by Live on Lake Street. AK he gonna be hosting it.
AK.
From
Red Sea.
yeah, from the Red Sea. Yeah.
They put one of the Underground Kings on that motherfucker, boy.
Okay. That's what's up.
So that's going down, and then I just dropped 2 singles, Club, and I dropped Elimination, all platforms.
So when they go on Facebook, what they look up?
At DC Cash 612.
At DC Cash 612.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out, man. I might have to pull up, you know what I'm saying? Come check it out, man. It's been a while since I've been to the Underground Music Cafe. Been kind of laying low, you know what I'm saying? But definitely gotta check it out to the world, you know what I'm saying? Come check them out, man. See what's going on at the Underground Music Cafe, man.
What would you say your style is?
Oh, I'm straight. I'm straight gangster.
Yeah.
I'm around straight. Yeah. I got Hollow. He that what you say, the R&B pop. Then you got Yellow R&B pop. Me, street hardcore, straight. And that's the way it goes down. So if they book me, they getting that street hardcore shit. They book anybody else, they getting that little dirt shit. You feel me? But I'm getting y'all that OG shit, that real shit.
How about production wise? You got a certain style, like you know how you can hear a Dre beat, you can hear a Timbaland type beat, Pharrell.
Me, I'm like down south. I'm like that down south shit.
Tennessee,
Like that.
Tennessee,
Tennessee, Memphis,
Okay.
Project Patent.
Cadillac type music.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's
I
up.
just got my own flow style. I do it the way I see fit. You feel me?
Right.
That's that hood boss shit.
And what's the name of your label?
Hood boss entertainment.
Okay, so check that out, y'all. Hood Boss Entertainment. What's the HBE?
HBE family.
Yup. All right, what else you want to get out there to the world? You got a show this Thursday, that's June 30th.
They'll be looking for a show July 20th, July 23rd at the Red Sea for Hollow. And then there's a lot of other shit coming up that everybody will be informed because I'll be putting out posters and shit, you know, promotional posters so they can know. But no DC Cash is back, baby.
That's what's
South
up.
Side. They say, hey, what's the South Side rappers? I don't never hit my name, and I've been doing this shit since Aaron Raggers, 2000, 1999. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
What is Hollow? What is one of Hollow? What's it called? Handle. What's Hollow handle? You know, offhand?
Is what?
What's his handle? Where can you catch him at?
Oh, you just check him out, Hollow 612.
Okay.
I might have to check him out, man, because I'm looking forward to the new music, man. Always in tune. I'm always trying to check things out, man. I play the background, but definitely looking for a new upcoming talent.
Y'all gonna like this
see
shit.
what's going
The
on.
hood boss got that fire, boy. Young and old, it don't matter. You feel me? Young and old, it don't matter.
So since you're here, we might as well have you talk about some of these topics, man. Farji has something on his mind. He had a few things he wanted to talk about. You might as well chime in while you're here then.
We can get into it.
Oh man, like honestly, you know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of shit on my mind, man. For one, you know, price of groceries went crazy.
Inflation is a bitch.
Gas went crazy. Will Smith slapped shit out Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? All this shit done happened as a distraction for the overlay. So now we caught up in this world where we got political laws that's like literally changing right before our eyes. Shit that they've been voted on 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago that they overturning right now. So like, my biggest thing is Roe versus Wade, you know what I mean? Like, true indeed, there is no, what do they say, you know, the legalities of it is that the state has the ultimate decision on whether or not they want to ban abortions. So it's like the federal government released the authority to mandate it, and is now leaving the ban up to the states in which they choose if a woman should have abortion or not. And like, it's been bugging me just simply because of all the things that women go through, you know what I'm saying? For them to have the right to decide whether or not they want to carry a child, you know what I'm saying, is ultimately on the woman. Even though a man may be involved in creating that child, the woman ultimately has to carry that child for 9 months, and then in most cases she ends up having to take care of the child for the next 20 years. So, you know what I'm saying? Not allowing women to have that choice, it's been kind of on my mind, you know what I'm saying? And it's puzzling because you have some women that are like, they shouldn't get abortions, and then you have women that are like, women should. So it's like this funny area that, you know, it's been on my mind, you know what I'm saying?
That shit, as far as I'm concerned, they said they for the people, by the people, right?
Right.
So everybody should have their own choice.
That's how that's what.
Yeah.
But it's like a world inside a prison. You feel me? Because they always put laws on the book, but they never take shit off. You feel me? And then like,
No, I think if they can repeal that, they should be able to repeal a lot of that nonsense they got, man.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all. Period. That we preach this free world, blah, blah, blah. But then you have something like this where you're going to tell somebody what they're going to do with their body.
Yeah, but
Like, it don't make no sense.
They already
You know what I'm saying?
manipulated the masses, though. Think about it, right? So they
It's all
said
distractions
the
right now.
masses is too ignorant to govern themselves,
Right.
right? So when they put it in front of you and you sit there, you say, "This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen," but you still follow them damn laws, right?
Right.
Ain't nobody stood up against, like, think about it. It's a prison inside the world. Because you do something, you're in trouble. Like, no matter what you do, just think about it. Every damn day, they got a new law.
You gotta listen to something.
Like,
Every
like,
day.
what the hell, right?
Every day.
So it's like, even if somebody catch a felony, say you 18, you catch a felony, right? They ban you for all your life. You gonna have to serve your time. You done did every
Yeah.
goddamn thing.
All of
You
those
still
type of
ban?
yeah, all of them type of things can be overturned too, but it's like, it plays into the white supremacy, in my honest opinion. You know what I mean? Because it's a game that was played, you know what I'm saying, in the early 80s, you know, where they wanted to reduce the numbers. You know what I'm saying? The population control. We talked about this several times, where it's like there's certain things that go on where it was like they were trying to control the population.
They wanted under 500,000.
Right? And now it's like, it's just weird because you trying to ban abortions in every state, but it kind of leaves that up to the state to decide. So maybe it's some autonomy for the states. Maybe we can see what happens with some of the states that, like, will they deny women the rights to do that? Is it like, it's a weird space, you know, for them to even overturn the bill, all the way bogus.
Well, you know they say,
bogus.
you know they say that 70%, 60 to 70% of abortions is white babies. So it kind of didn't make sense to me when it was like, well, if they want us killed off, why would they stop people from having abortions? But come to find out, 60 to 70% of the people that's having abortions is white.
See, they started to get outnumbered.
Yeah.
See, they want to be, they want to,
That's
they
what
want
all
to be on top.
that's what all of the
So they get breeded out.
sadistic stuff come into play. You know
They
what I'm
get
saying?
breeded out. They mix babies, they get breeded out. So they losing their numbers. So when they lose their numbers, they got to come back up. Because y'all know, no disrespect.
It's more colored populations than it is Caucasian.
That's right.
Well, in the whole world.
That's why
Yeah, the whole world.
Like that's why a lot of the problems started, I believe, in the beginning, is because as individuals traveling, they saw that the world was covered with individuals that were melanated to some degree and felt outnumbered.
But y'all know what they are, right? They conquerors. Alexander the Great, all of them, right? Think about it. So their numbers was low, right? But it seemed like they always knew how to conquer some shit,
Yeah,
right?
manipulation. It was through history. It was manipulations and sadistic type rituals that involved tricking people by smiling at them
Being
and
their
killing them.
friends, but you really hate
You
them.
really hate them.
Yeah.
Like, and then that ideology, you know what I'm saying, is transpired into government. You know what I mean? So it was like the individuals would act like they were for the communities,
But was never
really for the communities. They wanted to abuse somebody at some extent. And right now, we are at it again where the system or the powers that be, due to this conquering behavior, are trying to utilize and abuse more individuals throughout society. It's a sadistic thing, man.
What if you was to guess what you think is next? Because if they do this, if they overturn that, and they could make it a federal law, that goes against the whole constitutional rights that we have.
Martial law, anything can pop up. For one, they done figured out how to goddamn create modern day slavery, right?
We live in it.
Right? Modern day slavery, where it's like all the laws that are created pretty much work against 85, damn near 90% of our community. Even though we are the least amount of individuals, you know, we don't have as many numbers as them, but we represent twice as many inside of these systems. You know what I mean? So it's this modern day slavery. It was the control on the children, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some science in there, you know what I'm saying? It's some type of science in there because they believe in Darwin's laws of evolution and all these different theories and Marx and Maxis and all
Talking
these.
about the abortion shit?
Yeah. And then like, what's next? So if you can overturn abortion, like they figured out how to make slavery legal. slavery legal.
I think voting is next.
Yeah.
They've been playing.
I think voting is next.
Rigged. Voting is rigged from what they've been saying. It can be manipulated.
They already know who gonna be the president. Like
Yeah,
everything they do,
cartoons.
everything they do.
The
Right?
Simpsons.
You got the masses down here.
Yeah.
That's why they got the peer thing, because it's different laws of power, right? They run the news, they run everything.
Yeah.
It's all mind manipulation. Like if y'all go 20 years back, 30 years back, they
Yeah.
say, oh, in the future it's gonna be conscious. It's all gonna be about the conscious, right? So they program everything and they put it in your head. All the killing going on, they make you think
Program.
it's all programmed, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how they win. Like
Right.
they program you to do shit, and then when you do shit, like
You get hemmed up.
here's the craziest shit, right? So go back, we didn't have no cameras really.
Right.
Right. Shit around. We felt free as hell, right? Leave us cell phone, whatever. We felt free as hell, right? Now you look at it, right? Everything they do,
Money.
that shit is monitored, right? Now it's to the point when you grow up, you think that shit cool as hell. Like, shit, I'm gonna pop.
There's cameras everywhere.
Everything you do is cameras. But when an oppressor do some shit, where the cameras at?
Yeah.
Everything's messed up. The shit
It
glitched out.
happens.
You know?
It happens in an area that have the heavily populated crime. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the deck is set. Like imagine being a family right now, and I actually got these words right now in regards to the groceries and the gas. We got families out here that's literally going to work just so they can pay that to go to work. Just so they can keep paying the bills so they can go to work. Like
Rent don't
it don't make no sense.
Hey,
And then-
but you know, people been living check to check though.
Yeah, but you look at the rent
check,
though,
but the inflation is crazy.
Yeah,
In
the
the
rent.
neighborhood, man, you can't find a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom for less than $1,200.
Yeah, ain't that crazy though? A 1-bedroom is 1,000 plus. That's
Come on,
crazy.
That's
Because
robbery.
they tryna-
It's extortion.
They're trying to make you homeless.
Yo.
They're trying to make you hit the street and go get that money so they can lock
So
your
they can
ass
lock
up.
you up.
They're
It
doing
fits you
that
into
stuff.
this free will system that, you know, you can end up in prison under modern day slavery.
You can end
Or-
up in prison over anything.
Man, or you can, you know, be a woman that's dealt with somebody doing some type of harm to them and not even be able to abort the situation.
They want the babies, man. They selling babies. Just like they call it.
And the work that I do, like on everything, man, the work that I do, I did the math problem. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody hit that door, that's 400,000.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? That's 400,000 into a system that will be willing to pay 400,000 for your body if you get shot. All the surgery and the healings and the stitches and the anesthesia, that's 400,000. Medicaid or
That's why they
whatever.
promote all this. That's why they promote
It keeps the cycle going. So if you know what I'm saying, if we out here trying to reduce what's going on in our community, if we save 5-10 people from being hurt in these streets, man, we hurting the system. If they don't get them bodies into that system, they be hurting. It's like to a certain extent we feed the machine through free will. You know what I mean? And now with this situation and controlling what women have the ability to do with their free will is just another piece to the play.
So,
And they constantly distract us.
so it'll be voted next because on the last election, since Trump said that it was stolen,
It's rigged.
you see how they stopped letting you mail in your votes and all that type of stuff.
But see, all that right there,
No
listen.
absentee ballots.
When he came in, he told y'all everything that was going on. He didn't like them, and he damn sure didn't like us. It didn't matter, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't lie about it, you know what I'm saying? He just didn't like them. So since he didn't like them, guess what they did? They played the victim, and everybody liked their ass. That's how they play them games.
Yeah, man, it is sad because it created a divide out this world. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, the oppressors, don't even know what they're doing no more.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't even consider it wrong. And that's why like, I'm about to start doing research on the hypothalamus and the thalamus and different sections of the brain that allows a person to not comprehend the struggles of another person. You know what I'm saying? It's a lack of humanity, and then that's programmed into us so that we develop that same lack of humanity and barbarianism, and it's not even who we are.
This shit, I keep telling y'all, it's still slavery because they dumb people down, right?
Yeah.
Like, so for instance, you ain't know nothing. You working, you doing what you doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you hear the police tell anybody in their community don't ever go over there without a gun or something because it's crazy, right? But now look at it. They want you to stay over there and they don't even want you to protect yourself.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Think about it. They don't even want you to protect yourself. So if something happened and you got to protect yourself, they're gonna have your ass on.
Yeah, you going to jail too.
Like you did
Everybody
some
going to
crazy
jail.
shit. Like, oh, they just over there, but why y'all don't never hear about people protecting themselves if you black? It's always they shooting, they doing this, but they never say you protect yourself, right?
Right.
But as soon as they do some shit, it's all protect.
Right.
You
No,
can kick it
it's
out.
the language game.
Program.
It's the program. It's the language
It doesn't
game and the
even matter,
program.
man.
That way it becomes desensitized when it happens to you and sympathize if it happens to them.
And that's why I hate
You know what I mean?
when shit happened to the quote oppressor. I'm not talking about those who ain't doing shit illegal. I'm talking about the oppressor. That go for police or whoever else. When shit happened to them,
The
I hate.
mainstream system.
I hate when they first thing they do is grab somebody black, go right in front of the oh, they bad for doing that and whoop de whoop. See what I'm saying? But now they shoot a kid or something. It was an accident.
Yeah, no, it's terrible what we living in right now,
Shit is
man.
hell.
And like, we just gotta stay aware. You know what I'm saying? Definitely bring some type of consciousness to the situation. Get individuals to start really thinking about some of the moves that they making. Keep our women safe. You know what I'm saying? Definitely keep our women safe right now. If they're in the community, something can happen. Hopefully the states don't turn over the abortion law. You know what I'm saying? But the ultimate power is with them.
They got some states right now that's telling other states, hey, y'all can come over here if y'all want to get y'all shit done. You know what I'm saying?
Minnesota.
Like Minnesota's one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're one of them where we're letting people come here if they need to. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, though, to flat out tell somebody what they're going to do with their body is retarded. It's crazy.
Yeah, you can't.
Just like with the whole vaccination thing.
I mean-
If you want to work or whatever, you're going to have to get shot. And then come to find out, the people that got vaccinated with the booster shots, they're giving the shit out. They're giving the virus to other people. Like-
Let's be all the way for real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks, like for one, we was quarantined for what, 2 months? You know what I'm saying? That's why I was shut down, right? They said COVID would only last 2 weeks. How we shut down for 2 months, not going nowhere? Then once people started taking this booster shot, and we get into the world, everybody got COVID.
Yeah, they call them super spreaders, the ones that actually got vaccinated. So what kind of sense does that make?
But see,
crazy.
y'all already know they was experimenting.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then it was like we still gotta abide by some of the COVID laws. You know what I'm saying? I know inside of hospitals and healthcare, you still gotta wear a mask. You still gotta do a weekly test. You know what I'm saying? But on planes and things like that in the world, you don't have to do
Yeah,
that.
because they deceive.
You know what I'm saying?
Like they just deceive. They say you ain't gonna be able to buy shit, sell, do nothing, go to
Right.
work, nothing. So
You
people
couldn't even
just
come to
flew.
work.
They
People was
took off.
panicking.
Yeah, they took
People
off
was
again.
panicking.
Hey, so you know what
about
people
that
need to
shot,
do?
man.
Go from the midterms, go and vote, man. Go and vote on the midterms, cause y'all see already that they're overturning rights. If the Republicans, like I'm not a Democrat or Republican, but
I'm just
the
American.
Republicans is the one pressing this law though. They the one pressing this law though.
Man.
So if they get the Senate like they're fin to because Democrats is trash,
We
then
can't
what's
trust-
going to happen?
We can't trust neither party.
Nope.
In my honest opinion,
You can't.
We can't because one party wants you to be dependent on them and to look at them as being the savior,
Yes.
and the other one is going to show you their hand and make sure that they let you know that they hate you. But deep down under both of them, neither of them can succeed without us failing.
And they all work together. It's
It's
just funny
right.
because if
It's
y'all look at
crazy.
it, they go to
It's
dinner.
crazy.
They go to dinner right after that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know they
be
not-
sitting down shaking hands.
But that's why we have a better chance though voting local.
They say motherfucking dummies.
Yeah, and then the thing is that the game is so rigged. Like our children ain't even motivated into getting into politics at the numbers that these gentlemen are into politics at.
And we need them to be though.
We need them.
We need
now.
to stop pushing sports and push politics.
Push
But you know what?
politics. Push courts.
They run the news. They run social media. They run everything, right? So check it out. You whip your son, right?
You going to
They
jail.
start going to ask to jail, right?
You going to jail.
It's like, oh, they discipline them. All these kids is good. They're going to school. They're doing all this.
We can't
Switch
have
it up.
that.
So what they do is give them a phone, give them this, give them anything they want, just to block their ass from what they need to be
It's
doing.
the same shit that happened in the crack era.
Yeah.
So-
You know what I'm saying? It's just right now it's with the guns. So they took all the leadership away from the neighborhoods. The gentlemen that knew how to conduct businesses and keep our neighborhoods safe, they took them gentlemen to prison and then left us with all the snitches and the dope fiends in the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To lead us.
In the suits up top, If these motherfuckers down low the guns,
Yeah.
they put them in the street, and
They gonna kill each other.
And guess
Hey,
what? Stop selling bullets.
What y'all think about that shit that happened with old boy? I think he worked for Google, either Amazon, Google. I think it's Google he worked for. But you know how they got the little AI robots or whatever,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, so he went.
They created the car that ran off water.
No, this dude is just a cat that worked at Google or whatever. So he went. He was talking to one of these.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, he was talking to one of the machines, right? The robot. And the answers that the robot was giving him was way too real, right?
Yeah.
And he even was switching it up, saying things to confuse the robot. And the robot was showing nothing but raw human emotion, right? So dude's like, man, this shit's kind of weird. So he keep trying to trip the robot up, but the robot steady replying with raw human emotions. So he went and said something about it. And dude got fired or whatever. They call him a whistleblower right now.
Yeah, because artificial intelligence, that shit is spiritual, man. That shit is
Yeah,
principalities right there.
I know a lot of this stuff happens when it comes to breakthrough technology. Them people get out of that. It's like they don't want the world to benefit from that knowledge.
Hell no, they don't.
Like, they don't want you to understand the concepts of what's going on. So by him being able to understand that, yo, wait a minute, this machine just doing a little too much. Now they want it to. You know what I'm saying? The same way that they want us to rely on fossil fuels. You know what I'm saying? The same way that they want us to rely on these foods that give us diabetes and high cholesterol.
They
And,
give you everything.
Man,
and they got the medicine for it, ready for
right.
it.
And then the guys that bring us this knowledge are either misplaced, killed, or, you know what I'm saying? Because Dr. Sebi, they killed him. You know what I'm saying? It was a dude that created a car that ran off of water.
But
They
they want
couldn't have
that.
Whack.
But they got to make
Whack.
money off what they want to make money off of.
Yeah,
But he should have known better than that anyway.
Yeah, he
Tell
should- he
nobody
should
that.
have
I mean, you trying to be innovative. You bringing the world
Oh,
into
you
it.
black.
Man.
You gonna work
It's-
to show that.
It's a new cat right now that just was on the news the other day. He actually got a company already up and running where they make water out of just flat out air.
Yeah.
And he has an actual company. He already sold some of the company the whole nine. Like
The only thing I'm saying is you can't mess with the government.
Yeah, once you start
They
messing with
control
their pocket,
weather,
Cars
control
is their
everything.
life.
And
So
when y'all
when you
figure
start
out,
living free,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
you
it's a
figure out
power.
who they get knowledge from, then
the only
that's
way you
when
can live free is if you a bum.
your ass dead.
And I'm telling you, like, that's why we gotta tap into like what's real inside of us. You know what I'm saying? And like start, you know what I'm saying, evolving into the beings that we supposed to be because we falling susceptible to the program.
But they are. You know why?
We
Think about it.
susceptible.
Over years and years and years of destruction and torture, right? In every generation is a generation that rises against the government. Right? I'm talking about fully rise and change the whole system, right? But this system, y'all got to look at this system. This system is like no other system.
No, they figured out the play.
You know why?
They figured out all the plays.
They have
experimenting over years.
spiritual knowledge.
They've been experimenting for years off of us. You know what I'm saying? And then like another thing is like a lot of the times we think about everything that happens in our community and we say, you know, individuals end up dead and in jail. Like I was talking to one of my little guys, man, Hakeem Alexander, and the way that he explained it, that it's one more piece that we missing, the zombies.
Yeah.
The people that just get lost in the time, lost in the world that we live in simply because they have just lost all hope of what life really could be for them. You know what I mean? And that's where I feel like we at to a certain extent, is that in a lot of our communities, man, we done lost a lot of hope.
That's
You
what
know
we
what I'm
at
saying?
now.
That's where we at now. That's why these shorties out here whacking each other the way that they do because they don't see the value in themselves. You know what I'm saying? We got all of these things that are stacked up against us to see us fail, on top of the fact that when we die in the neighborhoods that we die in, the property value goes down for somebody else to buy it. You know, there's so many different things, man. Like, this whole abortion thing got my mind thinking about all the different puzzles and all the different pieces at play because we gotta remember this chess. And on the chessboard, it's like 20 different components to it.
You got to play.
You gotta play all the pieces.
Once you figure out how this world is, everybody can get it together. Like I'm telling you now, they teach what they teach. I don't be talking about white folks that much, but I'm telling y'all, I've been around a lot of them. They say power is through death and fucking push. You feel me? If they want something, they will kill your ass for it. They don't care.
Oh, yeah.
They will take. See, I didn't heard white folks talk about black folks, right? Some shit true, some stuff not. Think about it. So when slavery was running, there was a lot of black folks, right?
A lot of black
Y'all
folks.
didn't see the black folks go crazy, like y'all about to kill us. They bowed down and did what the hell they did, right?
They programmed.
And what happened? Soon as the government say something to these white folks, what they do?
Oh,
They get their guns, they surround the whole
They ran
everything.
in the White
Like,
House.
what y'all gonna do?
They ran
You know what
in
they
the
do?
White House.
They bowed down. Now, if we would have did this shit, it would have been
They
fiddle,
would've whacked
fiddle,
us,
fiddle,
huh?
fiddle, fiddle,
They
fiddle.
would have whacked us.
And today,
Even
folks
to
think
this,
like that.
even to this day, when them, after they did that on what was that, January 6th, yo, if any group of black folks ever tried to do that,
Yeah.
it'll be done. It'll
Yeah.
be bodies all over the front of the White
But
House.
see-
but that was them too, though.
How they do it is, that's why if you notice, they always train, military, police, all the people that went against them was police, military, and everything they was. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they sit back and be like, why y'all let people do that shit to y'all? Because if y'all knew how to do it, y'all wouldn't worry about it. They scared of their own. Because they know, they don't care.
Yeah.
So they'll teach you some shit like turn the other cheek, Lord Jesus, do shit like that. Nah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, they whacking
Don't
each
believe in
other.
that because the Most High didn't make cowards.
Yeah,
you know?
they whacking each other, man.
Well, shit, man. Why don't you recap what you got going on real quick, and then while we on the subject, you might as well just recap what we're talking about then real quick. What you got? What's your final thoughts on this whole abortion thing and this whole artificial intelligence?
All that shit staged, man. Straight up. It's the overlay for the whole play.
And do you think there's anything period that could be done about it, or?
Man, the only thing to do, like, in all honesty, is people too lost. You know what I'm saying? It's
Too divided?
It's too many lost people out here, man. And at this moment in time, we need everybody to kind of get on one same page. And I don't know if that's possible, man. Like, I walk into a space, man, and I'll be the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like this one space, like damn, Joe, ain't nobody else in this motherfucker trying to make shit happen.
Hell
Like,
no.
you know what I'm
Out of 10 of
saying?
y'all, it's gonna be
Like,
one or two people
like,
talk about
like,
it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, dog.
So my only thing I would say that could kind of help is if we get our kids in the system. That's the only thing I think that could kind of help. If we get our kids to be lawyers and judges and all that good shit, all that sports shit, man, fuck all that shit.
It's played out.
It's played out.
It's played out, man. It's played out, man. All of that shit played out, man. We need that new shit, man. We need, goddamn it.
We need to be in the system.
Architects, engineers, motherfucking council members, man, chairs, board members, all that shit.
And,
we stuck.
So tell them one more time what you got coming up, DC Cash.
We got the Live on Lake Street show, June 30th, 6 p.m., 12 midnight. Food caterers gonna be there. A lot of performers. We got July 23rd, Red Sea. Hollow gonna be performing. Y'all follow me on DC Cash 612, all social media sites, New Single Out, Club, and Elimination. Holla at your boy.
Man, I already know what it is, man. Like, just catch up with us, man. Let's talk about it, man.
Hold up, before we get up out of here, won't you say a few things before the camera cut off about the
man, innovative solutions.
About innovative
man,
solutions,
you know what I'm saying? It's been thorough. You know what I'm saying? It's been real thorough. Definitely under the radar. Definitely peeped how the politics work in the city, and and staying all the way out of that. You know what I'm saying? Until we get to the next level, slowly standing on our 3 pillars, man: discipline, honor, and integrity.
what's the link for that?
Man, just hit me up, Fargy. You know, y'all catch up with me, man. I'll give you everything you need for it. Like,
Ain't that one link, the Peace?
the PeaceTreatyMinnesota.org.
PeaceTreatyMinnesota.org.
That's the website, PeaceTreatyMinnesota.org.
The link is in the bio.
I rarely take pictures, I rarely talk about it because I'm literally coming straight out from under the radar. So, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I found out while dealing with some of the politics, is sometimes we just don't have to say anything, we just let the work speak. You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying? We're going to let the work speak. Y'all want to catch up with me on Fargy, you know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed, PeaceTreatyMinnesota.org, or y'all can catch up with us in the world.
DC information will be in the description. The Peace Treaty and Minnesota.org is always in the descriptions on every video, so you can check that out. And yeah, man, how we always do it. Until next time, LTA, we out of here.